Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Gabbing It
Hello.
Up.
I'm Daijah.
I'm Haley, and this is episode 16.
16? We're almost at 20.
That's like a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why you listen to this podcast for the great commentary. Wow, 16? That's a lot. It is, though. And
It
today's
is.
episode is so fun. I know we both had such a blast planning the just like what we're going to talk about. We're going to be
Yeah, I
going
cried.
over. Deja cried. I roped my whole group chat of best friends into doing this prompt and sending it in the group chat. We're doing our dream dinner party. So if you've read The Dinner List by Rebecca Searle, or if you just know the concept of like, if you could have dinner with anyone alive or dead, who would you want there? We're going to let you know. And then on the flip side, we're also going to tell you our nightmare blunt rotation, which is where we get into me screaming, crying. Like, I was cracking myself up.
I had such a good time doing the Nightmare Blunt rotation.
Same.
I feel like we might have some in common.
I hope we do. I think my first one, and it's a bad one. I think because we've talked about that person, she's going to be on both of ours.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
Mm. But before we get into our main episode, of course, as we always do, we have our weekly segments, starting with personal update time. What you got going on, girly pop?
Honestly, I feel like I've just been really busy. I started my internship this week, and
Ooh.
so I feel like I've been like doing my internship, trying to do YouTube, trying to do my remote job, and like trying to balance all those things. I'm exhausted. I'm tired.
Mm.
I'm ready for a nap. But my internship has been really good so far. Obviously, I'm working at a nonprofit and I have to do some training, like 20 hours of training
Wow.
online, but they've also allowed me to do like other things. If you don't know, I talked about this when I first got my internship that I am a sexual assault case management intern. So yesterday I actually got to shadow a sexual assault kit, which was really interesting. Obviously, it's super heavy. And I was like, wow, like this is so heavy, but like even like I felt so privileged that that survivor even allowed me to like sit in on that experience,
Mhm.
and it was so valuable to me. Like it was amazing.
It takes a special type of person to have the capacity for that. Like, that is
Yeah.
not something anyone can just walk into. So, it's a testament to your own nervous system and your own capability to be with people.
Yeah, it was so like amazing. Like I don't know, like it was just a really good experience. I know like obviously I don't want them to have to be there,
Yeah.
but like the fact that I get to be there with them means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Also, I think I'm out of my reading slump because remember, like a couple, not a couple episodes ago, but a few episodes ago, I said I was in a slump. And I think I'm finally coming out.
Well, girl, you gave it to me.
Oh,
Not the contagion.
I'm sorry.
Because I've been suffering. I've been suffering in this slump.
Oh,
Even when I'm
no.
enjoying books, I just don't want to read. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
that's how I was. And now I'm like, no, like reading's fun. Like I'm having a good time.
Well, I'm happy for you, but I'm in the trenches. I don't know what
I'm
it is.
excited.
Like, this always happens to me when I get a new
Hmm.
hyperfixation.
Yeah.
Reading just like goes out the window because it's like
Yeah, I
I only want to be doing that thing. So I've been playing the guitar. I don't know. Did I tell you all this
I've
last week?
seen.
Yeah. So I got a guitar. I got an electric guitar. I learned two songs.
Wow, that's impressive.
Slaying. Like, I feel really good about it. I can do the majority of 505 by Arctic Monkeys, obviously, the tattoo that I literally have on my hand right here. I can do the entirety of Do I Want to Know? And I can do Old Yellow Bricks, kind of. The solo part's a little tricky, but the song,
Mhm.
I mean, I got it down. So all I ever really want to be doing is playing guitar, and my reading has kind of gone out the window, but I'm having such a good time with it. I also got a guitar tattoo. If you're watching the video on Patreon, then you can see her. I also got a few other new ones. I got my wine glass. I got a little bunny for my childhood stuffed
Sleeves are filling
animal
in.
and a bow.
They're filling in.
I know, right? Oh, we were putting the Sanoderm on after my appointment, and my artist was like, "Wait, which ones did we just do? Which ones do I need to put this on?" Like, even he was like kind of shook. So that's what I've been doing, playing guitar and getting tattoos and not really reading. But
Yeah, that's why I'm scared. Like, I haven't played The Sims in months, and I want to, but I just know when I do, it's gonna be my downfall.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because like The Sims is something where I will hyperfixate for like 2 weeks and I'll play it every single free moment that I have
Mm-hmm.
and not do anything else. And
I
I'm
get
just
it.
like, that's like a hole that I can't be in.
Yeah. No, I get that. When I pick up the Switch, it's all over. It's either I'm
Mhm.
having the best time of my life, like I have so much free time, I can just play my little girly game, or it's she is going through something and any free moment where her mind is not occupied needs a video game.
Yeah.
My only other personal update that I have is I have my final training weekend literally starting tomorrow for somatic experiencing. So your girl is about to get 3 new letters at the end of her name.
Oh my god. Yes, we love adding letters.
I'm so excited. It's such an intense process and so fucking expensive. Like, I'm ready to be done with it and just have the skills and move on. Like, I've already been using them for 2.5 years now. So I'm at the
Mhm.
finish line and I'm excited.
I have one more personal update. And okay, so I was trying to get a single apartment for my last year because we do have a couple studio apartments. We don't have a lot, but everybody that I know, oh, my bad. Everybody that I know has either moved off campus, or is like one of my other roommates, she's moving into Greek housing.
Mm.
So like I was like, so I'm gonna have to have 3 random strangers living with me. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I tried to get a single apartment and I went through like the student accommodations with like an accommodation from my psychiatrist. And I was like, okay, cool. Cause they said that was probably gonna be enough. And then they were like, just kidding. If you want like you need a specific kitchen accommodation to get an apartment, and if not you have to transfer to a normal dorm. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, I've been in the same place for 2 years, like I don't want to have to transfer. So then I went to my normal doctor and I was like, yeah, last year I went into anaphylactic shock and I don't want to risk that again, so I need a kitchen. And so I got my note and I had to go through the student process and then I had to go through the employee process. So by the time all this happened, it was like after everybody already did their room selection. So I was like, I'm probably not going to get my apartment because they said that where I'm staying is full. Like, that's literally what they said. So I was like, dang, like I'm going to just have to live at home, like, and commute because I
No.
only live 25 minutes away and I'm only having classes 2 days a week. So I was like, I'd rather commute than live with 3 random strangers.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it literally has been like 5 weeks since I submitted all this, and I haven't heard anything. I think it was like, yeah, like the beginning of April, and then I finally got a little thing today, an email with a little letter, and it was a draft of the accommodation. And so all I have
Okay.
to do is say I saw it and I approve of it, and then my supervisor just has to approve it, and then we both sign it, and then I get my apartment.
She's in. She's golden. It was a buzzer beater, but she got there.
No, I was like, this is really pissing me off because I was like, why are y'all making me jump through all these hoops?
The hoop jumping. Girl, I just got my own health insurance. Please. It is the worst process I've ever been through in my life. Talk about hoops. I had a meeting with like this man who basically showed me all the plans and like told me which one was the cheapest, and then I was like, well, I actually don't want to have to pay $1 million out of pocket if I like get in a car accident or something. So then we looked at like a medium plan, whatever. He just like walked me through all of them. And after I picked the one that I wanted, he was like, okay, so you're going to get a call. And basically, no matter what they say, even if it sounds scary or weird or bad, or your spidey senses are tingling, like maybe this is wrong, just say, yes, you understand. Because I guarantee you it'll make your life 10 million times easier. And I was like, why do I have to jump through these hoops? Like, why do I just have to say, yes, I understand? Like, what if I don't understand? And he was like, just trust me. Just say that you understand. Just lie.
I don't like that.
Well, I did. And it was really easy. All of a sudden, like I got
Oh.
approved and like everything was what I wanted. So I'm like, he really has been through this so many times and dealt with these insurance companies that he's like, listen, you just gotta lie, and that's how you avoid all the hoops.
This world is full of hoops.
This
I can't
world
stand
is
it.
full of hoops, and I'm not a hooper, okay?
I'm not either. Like, I'm like a, let me just do it. Like, let me just figure it out. Like, why are we doing all these extra steps?
The extra steps literally make me so mad. For some things, for like my licensure for the state of Texas, I have to go sign papers in person. Like it can't be like a scanned signature. It has to be like a physical
Mm.
signature on a piece of paper. So I have to drive 45 minutes south to get my supervisor's signature in person, sign it myself, then drive to a notary and get them to sign it, and then drive to the office of the LPCs of Texas and submit it there. And I'm like, why am I driving 3 hours just when I could
Oh,
send an
yeah.
email?
Yeah. Oh, quick mom lore. My mom's actually, she like, I don't know what the term is, but she can do notary.
Oh, she's a notary
Yeah,
queen.
because she was like, after I retire, I'ma still have my side hustles.
As
She's a
she
posh
should.
reseller. She can do notary. She get her back.
As she should. Well, if I ever need anything notarized, Miss
Yeah.
Girl, help me out. We have one more update. I just wanted to throw this one in here to let y'all know a
Mhm.
little
Mhm.
announcement. This is the second to last episode of season 1. So thank you for listening to season 1 of Gabbing It Up. We will have one more episode after this one, but
Mhm.
we're coming to a pause. We're going to take a little break for the summer and come back new and revived for season 2. We're going to pause the Patreon, so don't worry, you're not going to be charged for months that we're not posting content. But if you do want to join as a new member, you can do that and access the backlog, watch all the videos while we're on a break. But obviously, there won't be any live streams. So that's our big announcement this week, is that at the end of May, we'll be taking a little break and y'all can just binge and enjoy season 1. Catch up. Isn't that crazy? We're going to have a season 1 of 17
And
episodes.
then we're gonna have a season 2.
And then a season 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it when we're 60 years old.
I would love that. What else are we gonna be doing?
Honestly, just gabbing in the retirement home.
Yeah, literally.
I'm ready. As for pop culture corner, I have a few things. I have a few bones to pick.
Really? I feel like it's still been so dry. Like, I don't know.
It's been dry other than Netflix.
What happened with Netflix?
Girl, so much new stuff that I feel like nobody cares about. And when they do care about it, they care about the wrong thing. So let me give that was confusing. Let me say my piece. All the girls that I see posting right now is Bridgerton, Sex in the City. Bridgerton, Sex in the City. I'm watching
I've
Sex in
been
the
seeing a
City,
lot of Bridgerton.
and I'm watching the new Bridgerton. I can't get into either one of those shows.
I've never seen Sex in the City, and I watched a couple episodes of Bridgerton, and then I stopped. But I feel like I want to start it again. It was okay.
I don't like it. I don't like any of it. But you know me, I'm not a fictional show type of girl.
Yeah.
So I can't get into it. And the one thing that I can get into is the new season of The Circle, but you know I'm a Circle stan.
Mhm.
But everybody hates this season. I'm confused because I think it's the messiest season we've had in a while. It's not all kumbaya, my lord. Like, there are some strategic game players. One of which, I don't know if you know this, is a bookstagrammer.
Oh, I've seen this, I think.
Corey Tyler, aka QT from Bookstagram, was on the circle and she was amazing. She was my favorite player the whole time. I absolutely loved it. So I don't know why the girls aren't freaking out over the circle, loving it, eating it up. Miss QT can literally stomp me on the curb. I'm obsessed with her. She was also a dancer for the Lakers. Like, hello?
Oh,
Yeah. She's
that's
beautiful.
really
She's
cool.
smart. She's everything. So I don't know why the girls aren't eating up the new Circle season, but you have to watch it. It's so good.
You know I'm not a reality TV show girl.
The
The only one I
Circle's
watch is
just
Love Island.
the Circle's different. I don't know. I like that it's not romance based.
Mm.
It's just people
Yeah, it's
being
different.
people. Yeah.
Oh, you know what else I really do like though? The Great British Baking Show,
Oh,
especially like the original seasons.
yes.
Yeah, because it's so wholesome. Like it's literally like the
Same.
literally the most wholesome show.
You can watch Great British Baking Show with anyone.
Yeah,
Like, I've watched it with my mom, with my dad, with Cameron's family, with friends. We've had watch parties. Like, it's a universally uniting show.
it's so good.
So Netflix kind of ate with that, or I guess BBC, but whatever. The
Mhm.
other, I guess, like, viewing movie related thing is I've been seeing so many clips, mostly on TikTok, of the Amy Winehouse biopic.
I'm gonna see it on Saturday.
I'm gonna need a full report next week's episode.
I'm really excited.
It looks horrific.
I'm really excited though.
Honestly, I do want to see it just to form an opinion on it. Maybe I'll go see it too, so then we can both gab about it.
Mhm.
That's what we do here, gabbing it up. But just the sound of the track, the soundtrack, if you will, makes me want to gouge out my eyes. Why didn't they just use Amy Winehouse's voice?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because didn't they use Freddie Mercury's voice? Like, that wasn't Rami Malek doing all that.
I have no idea. But I'm still excited.
I don't know.
Even if it's I hope it's good. I
I'm
really hope it's not bad.
skeptical. I'm really skeptical, but I cannot wait for the rundown. So stay tuned for that next week, I guess. My last popular piece is, did you look at the Apple Music Top 100 Albums of All Time article?
No, I do not pay attention to no Apple Music.
Okay, I don't either, but the reason why I found out about it is because the Arctic Monkeys subreddit was going off, and y'all know I'm a stan. AM is the 59th greatest album of all time, and Apple Music 8 because I
Okay.
agree. I
Okay.
fully agree. Also, Norman fucking Rockwell was on there. A lot of interesting things were on there. Obviously, Joni Mitchell Blue, Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. I'm going to look up the whole list right now. What would you guess to be like in the top 10?
I don't know. It has to be like classics. Like Michael Jackson has to be on there. I don't know which
Yes.
album, but Michael Jackson has to be on there. I don't know. It has to be like classics. Like
I
people
will
would
read
never
you the
put newer
top
music on
10.
there.
I just want to
Okay.
get your raw reaction because some of these
Okay.
I'm like, well, yes, like of course, but some I was shook in a good way and a bad way. Number 10, best album of all time, Lemonade.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, period. Number 9 is Nevermind, Nirvana. I'm a stan.
Okay. I
I
don't really listen to Nirvana, but a classic.
Oh, when I was 13, that was my everything. Every Instagram photo was captioned Nirvana lyric. Valid. Number 8, topical, Back to Black, Amy Winehouse.
Okay. Yeah. Period.
Number 7, Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, I don't even listen to Kendrick Lamar, so I don't really know the songs on that album. But having Kendrick Lamar in there is a very interesting choice.
I mean, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe is on that album, and I love that
Okay.
song. But apparently, I was like, what's the deal with this? I was asking Cameron, and he was like, no, yeah, that should be number one. That's like the best album of all time. Blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, period.
No, rap people love Kendrick.
Yeah. Cameron has been saying that. I'm gonna expose myself. We had the opportunity to go to a festival where Kendrick was playing, and I was like, I just don't really like. Honestly, I'd rather just stay home. I'm gonna be sweaty, and Cameron still holds it against me to this day. He's so mad.
He should have went by himself.
He's a socially anxious man. He would not do that.
I know. Me too, but I've been trying to learn how to do things by myself because I can't rely on other people. If I want to go, I want to go.
That's character development. He should do that. Number 6, album of all time, Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder.
Okay, Stevie got to be up there.
Number 5 made me so fucking happy. I never would have guessed that this would be here, but it makes perfect sense. Blonde, Frank Ocean.
Wow, that's really recent. I'm surprised.
But that's like defining, you know? Like that came out in
Yeah,
2016. I was just graduating high school, moving into college, and
that's. I'm sorry.
what?
For, for later, I was thinking of like one of the people I have on my dream dinner list. I was looking up their a timeline of stuff related to them, and I remember that I started high school in 2017. So it's funny to me that you graduated high school in 2016. It's just making me giggle.
I'll just go lay in the street now. That's fine. I'm the crypt keeper. No, that album literally defined a part of my life that I have a
Yeah.
lot of empathy for her, what she was going through. I would scream cry the song Ivy, like blasted at volume 35 in my car, speeding down the freeway. Like that was my moment.
Real.
Number 4, Purple Rain, Prince, obviously.
Yes, Prince, of course.
Number 3, Abbey Road, The Beatles. Okay.
The Beatles,
I don't like
I
them.
could take them or leave them, really.
I hate a Beatle.
You know what? I've actually never met anybody that likes the Beatles. Like, I've never met somebody who was like, I really love the Beatles.
Like, it's just giving that basic music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's a song and it sounds like a song. There's nothing special or interesting about it to me. Maybe this is the hottest take of all time, but I just don't get it.
I think the Beatles are fine.
Number 2, greatest album of all time, Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Okay. Michael had to be up there.
Number 1, greatest album of all time according to Apple Music, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Wow, that's really shocking to me.
I know.
That's really shocking to me. You know what's also shocking to me? There's no classic rock on this list, really.
Yeah.
Like, there's no AC/DC, Metallica.
There are later in the list. I'm sure I can find like the full list
But I
somewhere,
feel like they
but
would want to have some classic rock representation in the top 10. You
no.
know what? I just think about it a lot because my dad, he only really listens to classic rock.
Same.
He listens to a little bit of modern, but like I feel like that's what I like grew up on. That's not what I listen to, but like that's what be playing like in my house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where's it at?
Back in Black by AC/DC is 90.
90.
90. Yeah.
That's really low.
I know. Some of my favorite albums of all time, which I think are like actually pretty niche, made the list. Feel like very validated. Like I have the best music taste of all time. So thank you, Apple Music, for that. Some of them are funny though. Like the Marshall Mathers by Eminem, number 80, beating out AC/DC is kind of
That's crazy.
Lord, pure heroin. Like okay.
Not okay. I remember having distinct memories of listening to Lord driving when my dad was driving me to 5th grade.
Oh,
Like I remember going to the little drop off where he was dropping me off listening to Lord.
period. She defined an era for you.
She did.
But yeah, I thought the list was super interesting. If you haven't looked at it, audience, you should go look at it. It's really cool. And I feel like it's kind of accurate. Like they're kind of valid. Maybe I'm just saying that because it aligns with my taste a lot of the time, but
Yeah, I think I'm gonna look at the rest of the list.
it's really cool. SZA's new album made it on the list.
Yeah.
And I think that's so valid.
Yes. I love SZA. I have
Period.
two pop culture updates. They're both kind of short, but I sent you this. Lana and Sexy Red
Yes.
hanging out. That was just two worlds colliding that I never thought would occur.
I think it's so funny that you never thought that because this is so classic Lana.
I know Lana's for the people. I already knew that. But I was like, Sexy Red? Like,
She
but
loves to
honestly,
be messy and wild.
but I like need a collab.
She's been in that studio. She was in the studio with Young Gravy. She was in the studio with Quavo. Like she's collabing.
No, but a Sexy Red Lana collab would literally rock my world.
Yeah, I need it. I actually need to hear it. And I know it's not going to be on the next album because the next album is Lasso, so it's going to be country.
Oh, everybody on
I
the country train.
know. I don't
Even the
know.
readers, because I feel like country, like romances, like cowboy romances, like they existed, but they weren't that big until Miss Elsie Silver. Like
Miss
they
Elsie
definitely like they had their
Silver.
readers for sure, but like they weren't in mainstream popular reading.
Yeah.
And
And
now they are.
that done and dusted. Like, I'm not gonna
Done and
read a
dusted.
cow fucking boy romance. I'm not into
Okay,
it.
Elsie Silver is actually a bull rider, but
Fuck that. I don't want a
honestly, it was
bull.
really good.
I don't want a bull. I don't want a cow. I don't want a horse. I don't want any animal paraphernalia. Like I don't want any farm, anything where it's the smell of manure. Like I don't want that.
Honestly, I like the Elsie Silver that I read, and I'm ready to continue the series.
I'm rejecting it all.
Because I heard the second book is the best, and I think it's a nanny romance, and you know I love a nanny
You
romance.
do love it.
So I'm excited. You know what? It's probably because I watched The Nanny too much as a kid.
Oh, and Fran Drescher, she ate.
Okay, my second pop culture update is Megan is officially on tour,
Yes.
and she literally sold out Madison Square Garden.
And she looks bad as hell.
But she literally sold out Madison Square Garden. That's so like crazy, like
She did
amazing.
that.
But like I don't think people know that Megan is literally not signed to a label. She's completely independent. So the fact her as an independent artist literally sold out Madison Square Garden is crazy. And then people
Revolutionary.
keep trying to clap her and be like, the crowd is not even loud, and why is she copying Nicki Minaj and all this bullshit. Like they really pissing me off.
Go off. Because when you. Oh my god. You didn't send it to me, I don't think. But the video on your story,
Oh, with all the loud fans?
her walking down the hall,
Oh, yeah.
that sent me into orbit.
No, the one I sent you of her in that orange jumpsuit?
That. Oh my god.
I watch it every day. If y'all have not gone to Megan the Stallion's Instagram, go ahead and pull up your little phone right now. Unless you're driving, you might as well pull over, okay? And then go to Megan the Stallion's Instagram and scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a video of her in an orange jumpsuit holding an alcohol bottle because apparently she's coming out with a tequila brand.
Oh.
Even though I think she should come out with cognac. I don't know if that's like regional though. You know how like some alcohol is regional, but she literally has a song called Cognac Queen.
Oh.
So I was like, where's the cognac?
Mm.
But she's coming out with a tequila apparently. And she matches the bottle. And you just need to watch the video. And then you'll know exactly why I told you to watch the video.
It's incredible.
I watch it every day.
Incredible. No one has ever looked better. You think she was on that Ozempic?
Nah, Megan has always been built exactly how she's been built.
I saw some comments of people being like, "Why is she slim now? Like, why is she so
She's
tiny
always
now?"
been slim. She just has a tiny waist. Have you seen her workout videos? She
Mm-mm.
be going hard in the gym. She does. She goes real hard in the gym.
Then she
Like,
earned it
she
because she looks
no,
phenomenal.
incredible. What's that Lady Gaga meme? Spectacular, incredible, amazing,
Show
show stopping.
stopping, never been done before, can never be done again.
That's literally Megan the Stallion.
I agree. Um, is it squish time?
Yes.
The grand
I don't think I've
reveal.
ever shown this one, but
I don't
I'm
think
honestly
I've
like
shown mine either.
not remembering which ones I've shown and which ones I haven't shown anymore.
Yeah, that's why we need to move on to season 2 because we're getting confused.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, reveal.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, reveal.
Dang,
She's
your ears
big.
be so big.
Because Cameron only buys me the big ones because he likes to cuddle the big ones. He doesn't care about me being cute and tiny. I love yours.
Mine is a little pig in a peach costume.
I love that. It's so
It
cute.
doesn't have a tag though, so I know nothing about her.
She's so unique. Mine is
No, I
some
love
big
her.
fish. I don't even know what type
A
of
big
fish this
fish.
is supposed to be, but she's big and she's textured. And actually, do you remember 2 days after the wedding when I fell ill with something
Yes.
that literally had me in a chokehold for 2 weeks and I couldn't move my actual body at all?
Yes.
Yeah, that was when this came into my possession because Cameron felt so bad for me. He went and got it, and I put all my sick germs all over it. So I was scared. Like, I had this irrational part of my brain that was like, you're going to get sick now if you have that squish near you. So I banished it to the corner and I literally didn't touch it for like 3 months. And Cameron was
That's
like,
real.
I think it's fine now. Like, I think all the germs are gone. So now she's back in my
Yeah.
life. Just
Lore
little,
nugget time?
yeah, a little bit of
Okay.
lore.
Mine's short, but I promised that I would tell you about my period story.
Yes.
The only reason I wanted to tell you this because I think it's very ironic from the things that we've talked about previously on this podcast.
Oh.
So, to set the scene, I just turned 11. Had to have still been November. My birthday's November 20th. So, it was like right after my birthday. And I was in 5th grade. My friend and I at the time, we literally dressed up like this person. I'm going to say who it was in a second. We dressed up, cosplayed like this person, and we watched them. I don't remember what it was for. I think it might have been like the Grammys or something. And you know, like when they like announce who is going to be in the Grammys?
Yeah.
It was something like that. And so people were performing, but it wasn't the actual Grammys. It was like just the announcement. And so we were on FaceTime watching this person perform dressed up like them. And it was no it was Miss Tay Tay Swift.
No! No! No!
It was. It was. So for all y'all haters out there that say that the Gabbing Up girls don't like Taylor Swift. Okay, I have a couple for songs. I wasn't the biggest fan. My friend was a bigger fan, so that's why I was like doing that. But like I've owned one of her albums before, so like don't try to come for me when you don't even know the facts. But anyways, during it, I was like literally during her performance, I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. Like something's off. So I went to the bathroom and I looked down and I was shook and I literally burst into tears. Immediately started crying. Immediately. And my mom, she was in her bedroom, but she was like asleep because she like has always worked weird work hours, so she was asleep. And I bust into her room crying, like,
Oh.
"Mom, what is going?" No, I knew what was going on, but I was like, "What do I do?" And then she gave me the thickest pad known to man, literally the ones that people use after they give birth.
Oh god.
And I was like, "What am I doing with this?"
That's so funny.
Like I'm literally, it was probably like the size of my arm, like it was huge. And I'm like a tiny little 11-year-old girl
Oh.
with this thick ass pad, dressed like Taylor
Dressed
Swift.
as Taylor Swift. As soon as you put on the Taylor costume, something in your body was like, release her!
Rejection.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna hate me for that. It's fine. It's fine. My
It's just all jokes,
lore.
guys.
It's what?
Jokes.
Oh, it's yeah.
It's jokes.
Let's go with that. It's definitely jokes. My lore. This is kind of weird But I don't know why. I thought I would share my love language because I want
Okay.
to advocate for the people who also have my love language because I feel like we are the forgotten love language and people assume a lot about us that is not true. I am a gift girl. My number one
Mm.
top love language, receiving
Like
and giving.
receiving and giving.
Yes. A little gift means so much to me. I will say that with my whole chest. Some people are like, "Oh, it means you're like materialistic. It means like you're focused on money and money." No,
It just means someone thought about you.
it's that. It's when I'm not there, you had a thought about me and you have something tangible to show for it.
Mhm.
Oh, that just does something for me. Like I
You know,
instantly feel loved.
I don't know if this is true because this is not, those are not, I do love a gift, but I don't think that's my top love language. But I feel like the same thing can also apply now to like when someone sends you a reel or a TikTok.
It's
They're
different.
like, "Oh, like they thought about me." Really?
Mm-mm. It's so different. When someone sends me like a meme or a TikTok or something, I'm like, okay, that was so low effort. And also now I have to like engage with this in order to connect with you. A
Mm.
gift, I like that it's like accept it or don't. Use it or don't. Put it in your house or re-gift it. Like they have no you have no responsibility. They have no stake in what you do with it. It's just like I thought of you,
Mm.
here's the evidence. Goodbye. Like it was a thing with one of my best friends in high school. She like knew about it and every time she went outside during the school day, she would find a little flower, ugly little flower, a weed, not even like a pretty one. And she would just collect it and give it to me at rehearsals, at theater rehearsals every day. And I'm like, oh my God, like she's literally thinking about me every time she goes outside and collecting a little artifact to communicate to me, I love you and I'm thinking of you.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah. And now she's in a cult. So fuck my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a bomb
Yeah.
that you just dropped.
Yeah. More lore for you. Yeah, bestie in the cult. It's fine. What are you currently reading?
I don't have a physical copy of it, but this morning, I actually made it 50% of the way in
Ooh.
today, so I was kind of shook. But I've been listening to Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. No, like it's so good. The horror hasn't kicked in yet, but I just love the vibes. And like I feel like it's like so easy to consume. Like the story's just washing over me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just loving it. And you know what it's actually reminding me of a lot? Like
Mm.
as soon as I started reading it, I was like, this reminds me of Cackle.
Yes. Yes. Totally.
Like the way that they like meet and it's like she's attracted to this woman that's a little bit strange, but like kind of just like intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was really reminding me of Cackle.
I love that you made that comparison because I gave both of those books 5 stars and they're both like favorites of all time. Bloom is just different because Cackle kind of stays cozy throughout.
Mhm.
Bloom, get ready.
I heard.
Get ready.
Oh yeah, I already got to the raccoon. That had me shook because I love a raccoon.
I actually thought of you when I read that because I was like, damn, that's her baby right there.
No, I love a raccoon. And then she was talking about all this shit about raccoons. And I was like, leave them alone. Actually, I heard someone say today that we should train raccoons to swim so they can go eat all the trash in the ocean.
Honestly, real.
Because they love trash.
Okay, sustainable.
Literally. They're like, I'm trying to save the environment. And I was like, that's really not a bad plan.
I agree.
Can raccoons already swim? I've never seen one.
I mean, Boba didn't really know how to swim, and I threw her in the water and she swam.
I feel like most mammals, if you just throw them, they just swim.
Yeah,
It's survival.
it is survival. We should just start throwing raccoons in the ocean.
And they can eat the
And
trash.
they will. That's so
What are you
funny.
currently reading?
I'm reading Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda for my book club. It's my book club book this month, and it reads like a Karen Slaughter. I'm also 50% of the way through,
Oh.
and I'm absolutely loving it. Usually, Megan Miranda, the past few releases that she's had, they've not been hitting for me. But this one is really good. It's like classic small town mystery with family drama, and I like
Okay.
it. So hopefully that bodes well for my book club discussion and all the things. If you don't
Hmm.
know, I host a book club on my Patreon. So does daijah, and yeah, that's my book club pick this month.
Okay. I've never read a Mega Miranda because I hear so many mixed things, but that one sounds good.
There are a couple of really good ones. The perfect something. The perfect stranger and the last house guest. The perfect stranger, the last house guest, and daughter of mine. Those are my top three.
Okay. I might check one out.
They're interesting. They're pretty good. Those three only.
Okay.
Some of them are really fucking boring. Are we
Oh
ready
no.
to get into the main topic? I'm so excited.
Dream dinner list?
Yeah, let's start with that and we can end on our nightmare blunt rotations. So, the way that we're going to do it is give each list in full. We're not going to alternate. So, y'all can hear and really understand the curated vibe of each of our dinners. Do you want
And
to
I
go
feel like I
first?
some of them I feel like need explanation and other ones I feel like don't. So I
Yes.
feel like it's gonna be a mixture.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go I'm gonna start at number 10. They're not in order, but I feel
Okay.
like number one's obvious.
Okay.
So number 10, I have Kiki Palmer because Kiki Palmer, I wasn't ever like a huge fan of her until maybe like sophomore year of college because that woman is literally hilarious. If you go on her social
Yes.
media, she's literally so funny and she plays The Sims. She literally streamed it when she was pregnant on Twitch. So I was like, I need Kiki Palmer there because she's funny and she plays The Sims. Like I
Yes.
feel like we would just have a connection.
Makes sense.
Okay, number 9, I have Rihanna because I mean, amazing artist. She's beautiful, stunning.
Yes.
But I would need her to teach me to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's why I need her to be there
Mhm.
cuz I need her to teach me her ways.
I
Okay,
will tell
number
you what
8.
she'll say. She'll say drop ship from China and take take advantage of the child labor.
Well, you know, we can't win at everything, but I just want to hear about it?
Yeah, no, she's a good one.
Okay, number 8 is somebody that you probably never heard of.
Oh,
Her name is Miriam Ezagui.
and you're right.
And she is a social media influencer who is Jewish. She's a Jewish nurse. She has 4 kids. She's pregnant with her 5th. Yeah. And even though I feel like not all of her values I align with, she literally is just such like a wholesome human. Like there have been some Jewish creators, TikTokers that have been definitely called out for being problematic. I feel like Miriam not as much so. She's very much loving and I feel like I just want to hear about her life. She literally has her grandmother, Bubby, literally is a Holocaust survivor. She was literally in Auschwitz. She literally was at Auschwitz. She's like 98 or something. She is amazing. And Miriam tells her story all the time on TikTok. And I feel like Miriam just shares her life. And I think, like, I don't know what it was, but specifically sophomore year of college, I became obsessed with Jewish TikTok. Like, I was consuming every day, because I just find it so interesting, especially like Orthodox Judaism. I think it's just very fascinating. And like I also like that in Judaism they're like, we do what we do, you can do what you want to do,
Mhm.
and we are just here. And I like that. So I would want literally when I was in my Jewish TikTok phase, I would literally watch Miriam videos every day. And if she didn't
Oh.
post, I was like, where's my TikTok?
Mhm.
Where's Miriam? Anyway, so I would need Miriam there. She literally just got invited to the White House. So
Oh,
that was amazing for her.
wow.
Yeah, she literally met Joseph. I mean, I don't know if that's really like,
Not
but
a
like she
flex.
met Joseph. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, Next up, I have Cardi B
Of
because
course.
again, Cardi is literally hilarious. She's iconic, and like I feel like we would have so many amazing quotes to pull from the dinner if she was there.
Yeah.
Then I included some fictional characters on both my
So
lists.
did I.
Okay. The only fictional character that I have on this list is Joe Goldberg. He's the only man coming to the dinner. That's who I want. If there's going to be any man to come to the dinner, it's going to be Joseph Goldberg.
thought I thought it was gonna be some little nice little fictional like raccoon, and it's Joe Goldberg.
Yeah.
Why?
Because, like, I just think he's interesting.
The
Like,
murderer.
I just want to chat. Yeah. He's fictional, though. He's not real.
Yeah, but
It's not like I'm inviting a real murderer to the
you're
dinner.
inviting him. He's real in
Yeah.
this world now. You are in charge of bringing a serial killer from the fictional world into ours.
For this dinner, yeah. And then he can go back. I stand on my decision.
That's
I stand
crazy.
on it.
I would have
I just
never
think Joe
expected
is a
that.
very interesting man, and I just want to chat to him. We could chat books, really. You know he love a book.
Joe Goldberg would have a bookstagram.
No, he would. No, he doesn't really like social media though.
Oh, real. He would have a catfishing bookstagram where he pretended
I
to
think he
be a
would be
cute
on Reddit.
girl.
I
Oh,
think he would be on
yeah.
Reddit.
Yeah, he's definitely like on the classic lit
Yeah,
subreddit.
subreddit. Mm-hmm. Okay, number 5 is Uncarly because she also. Do you know Uncarly?
I don't know who that is. Saw him on the
Okay,
street, wouldn't know who that man is.
she's another influencer, and she talks a lot about books. I wouldn't call her like a book influencer. She talks about a lot about like different like pop culture things, but she is literally, again, she's so funny. She actually just made a video about John Green and like all his books and the movies and like him on Tumblr back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And I think the video was so well put together, and she is just so funny, and she was like, yeah, like I was on Tumblr, like I remember all this stuff actually going down, and it's just like she's just so relatable, and I love that.
Okay.
I think she would bring a little realism to the dinner
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit of youth because a lot of these people are like millennials and older. So,
Oh.
next up, we have to have a classic on the list. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, okay? I love Ruthie. Yes, I'm gonna have Joe Goldberg and Ruth at the same dinner,
Oh
and I
my
don't
god.
care. And I don't care because I will. But I love Ruth. I think she's an icon. She's amazing. She's stunning. Phenomenal woman. She did so much in her life, and I want her at my dinner.
Yes.
Okay, number 3. This is actually the one that I cried about.
Oh my god.
And I feel like this one needs the most explanation. Her name is Lil Simsy. Her actual name is Kayla Sims. Her last name is actually Sims. And
Mm-hmm.
she makes Sims 4 content. She just hit 2 million subscribers on YouTube. 2 mil. Don't laugh. She hit 2
I'm
million
not
subscribers.
laughing. I'm just blown away that you cried over a Sims creator.
Okay, the reason I cried over Sims Creator is because she actually started her channel when she was in high school. And I started watching her when I think I was at the end of middle school going into high school. And she only had like 100K maybe at the time. And she just like does like fun little Sims videos. And like when I was thinking about it, I was like, I've literally been watching this one creator consistently since high school, like all of high school and college. I was like, I've literally seen her go through high school, college, get married, and go on to the world. And I'm just like, it's so crazy to me that she like her videos have been such a comfort for me through like everything in my life. And that's why I was crying because I was like, she really, her videos have been comforting me. And I've been watching her fun little Sims 4 speed builds when I'm literally crying, sobbing from so many different things happening in my life. And I was like, wow, her videos have really been there for me. She's such a nice human. She literally every single May, I think this is the 5th year, she literally live streams on Twitch every single day and puts out content still almost daily on her YouTube channel. And the reason she does that is to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And literally last year they raised 500K.
I'm obsessed with her. I don't even know her, and I'm obsessed with her.
She has like so many cats. She loves
Oh.
cats. She is married to a British man. She lives in Florida. Her dad actually also has cancer, which is why she like started this. Her dad has had cancer and has been like on treatment for it for a long time. That's when she started her Sims channel. Well, that's how she like fell into it because she needed an outlet once her dad was diagnosed with cancer. And I think that she's just so wholesome, and I just want to talk to her and talk Sims. Me,
That's
her, and Kiki.
cute. That is so
No, yeah.
cute.
She's literally so wholesome. Okay, number 2 is Halle Bailey, Miss Little
Yes.
Mermaid,
Duh.
because she's literally so sweet.
Mhm. And
She's literally
Gorgina.
like, yeah, yeah. I just need her there.
You just look at her,
And then number 1,
really.
no, yeah, just to be like, hey. Number 1, of course, is Megan. Who
Duh.
else would it be?
Duh. I saw
Because
that coming.
Megan, well, yeah, Megan literally like made me a much more confident person. Like just her music alone made me a confident person. And I'm like, I feel like she needs to be at the dinner just so I can tell her that. Cuz I feel like she is so like, even though in her music she be like she does a song called Cocky as Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay? But I feel like in real life, like if you watch her on social media, she's like such a humble person and like she cares so much about her fans. Like literally, always think of that clip where she's performing Savage with Beyonce and she literally goes, I love you, Beyonce! And then she goes, ah! And spins around in a circle. Like she's literally just like, she like can't even believe that she's doing what she's doing.
I love when you can tell that a famous person is living their dream.
Yeah, and you could tell that with Megan. Like she literally is like, because I feel like some people would probably take their fame for granted, and I feel like that is definitely not Megan.
Yeah.
Like I feel like she never takes a day for granted.
I want to come to this dinner.
It would be fire.
It
I'm
sounds
sorry,
so
it would be
good.
a fire dinner.
Mine is not going to be that cohesive. Like I feel like all your people really except for Joe have a place, have a gabbing session that they could have even if you're not talking to them. You know, even if they're like down the
Mm.
table. I feel like people can relate and gab. Mine, everyone's going to be a little uncomfortable, but that's fine. I'll get into it.
I don't think Ruth and like Cardi would necessarily go together. But honestly, I feel like they could gab.
I am imagining Cardi B in her Cardi B voice asking like, "What's it like to do the law?"
Like imagine like you're at a table and you look over and you just see Cardi B, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Joe Goldberg.
No,
Like like
you love an influencer also. That stood out to me.
I do. I do. I have like 3, I think.
I don't have any influencers on my list, but I'll get into it. I'm
Okay.
just gonna read it out and then I'll go over why.
Okay.
Why. Okay.
I feel like I already have some guesses.
Oh, I think you're probably gonna be right about some of your guesses. Should you just guess now?
Definitely that. Is it that man from Arctic Monkeys?
Oh
Is
yeah.
it Maddie Healy? No, is that the wrong one? Not me confusing names. Who
Not
are
you
you talking about?
confusing Alex Turner and Maddie Healy. That actually just broke
I'm
my heart.
sorry, Haley. They're just white men to me.
My little indie girl soul just broke
They're
into.
literally all just white men.
And they are. And there's a few of them at my
Then
table.
definitely Eddie and Lana for sure.
One of those is right, one of those is wrong.
Did you forget Eddie?
Girl, I didn't forget. I considered everyone very closely.
Oh, okay.
Number 1, Miss Evelyn Hugo from the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Okay. I almost put her on my list actually.
Number 2, Alex Turner from Arctic Monkeys. Obviously. Number 3, Lana Del Rey. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Frank Ocean. My king.
Okay.
Jake Kiska from Greta Van Fleet, which
Okay.
he's the real life Eddie Munson. Like, he will do for me. The next one, here's where we get into territory. Okay, this is when I stopped thinking. I really just that was my table of like people I would really be inspired by and like need to have dinner with because I really want to talk to them. From here on out, it was just what
Just
my
chaos.
soul was craving. Peter Levine is
Who the hell is Peter Levine?
he's like a 70-year-old man who invented somatic therapy.
Oh, okay.
I just want in there. Imagine him and Lana chatting. I love that.
Okay.
Princess Di,
Okay.
because I would need to ask her what happened.
Yeah, no, for sure.
This next one, wild card. Rhett and Link.
Why did I put Rhett and Link on my list?
I need to gab with Rhett and Link. They literally raised me. Like, those are my gay dads. I love them. They're not gay.
Rhett and Link are not even gay.
No, I know, but I want them to be. It would be just so cute.
I feel like I would really relate to them because they literally are from North Carolina and they went to my school.
No, I'm obsessed with them. Me and Cameron literally watch them every weekend. We like binge all the videos because they post like 5 times a week or something crazy. We binge all their videos
Yeah.
every weekend. It's like sit down with our Saturday breakfast, watch Little Rhett and Link. They're just so pure
I
and
can't
funny.
believe I forgot them on my list.
I love them.
I do.
I have another fictional character, and that is
Okay.
Remy the rat from Ratatouille.
I do love Remy.
I'm obsessed with Remy. I know things about him. Every single time I get like past a certain point when I'm high, I can do nothing but watch Ratatouille.
Ratatouille was like my favorite movie as a
It's
child because I wanted to be a
defining.
chef.
It is defining. And I have written manifestos, many notes, many journal entries about what I know of Remy. So I need him there to confirm my theories.
Okay.
My last person is my best friend, my maid of honor, my fucking ride or die, Cortland Perisher. And it's because I would need my bestie there. So, number one, we could debrief on like all the famous people.
Okay, yeah.
And number two, so like if Lana said something problematic, we could look at each other and like make meaningful eye contact.
Yeah.
If Jay Kiska low key seemed like down, we could look at each other and be like, oh my god, bitch, like, oh my god, bitch. Like, so I have like really like my 9 people and my last person is just my best friend. But here's what I envision. Like, obviously, Frank Ocean, Alex Turner, and Jake Kiska are going to be a little group, right? They're going to be like men talking music. If all 3 of them were sitting in a little area and I walked up, I might combust. Like, I might spontaneously burst into flames. My ovaries might just be expelled from my system. Like, I don't think I could.
You know what's crazy to me? You have way more men on your list than I do.
I was thinking that. And the girls love to say, oh, she's a man hater. She just hates all the men. No, not true. I just have high standards for men.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that hit that standard, they really do. I need Evelyn Hugo, Lana, Frank, and me, and my best friend to sit in the corner and talk about biphobia.
Yep.
I know we're going to have a discussion. I need to talk about therapy with Rhett McLaughlin and Peter Levine. Like, I need to. I would really just be putting it out there for everyone. Well, maybe not Peter, and maybe not Remy, and not my best friend, but everyone else. I would just be like, I'm up for grabs. anyone want this?
So you telling me if a 7-year-old man probably with hella money hit on you, you wouldn't take him up on that offer?
He is.
He literally
really
invented
rich.
a whole.
He's really
That's what I'm
rich.
saying. He invented a whole subcategory of therapy. He has hella bread,
and he do like know about the body. I don't want to do Peter like that. I'm literally taking his training tomorrow. I'm sorry, Peter. Jake, we would really have to have some special alone time together. I really feel like that would be the moment that we connected and things occurred. Remy and I would talk about our inner children for sure. Princess Di, I just would love to pick her brain. And yeah, I'd debrief with my best friend. Like, I think the dynamics are good. There are little groups that could break off. I'm getting something from each.
You forgot about Rhett and Link.
Rhett is a part of the therapy discussion. Link,
what about Link?
He is like my little. I don't know. I feel like he's an accessory to Rhett a little bit. Am I gonna get dragged for that? I'm sorry.
You know what? I kind of agree.
Because he's just existing and he's so present in the moment at all times. Just like, like Rhett will think about what he's going to say it. And there's always like a punchline. There's always like a through line. Like there's something. And Link is a perfect complement to that because he's just giving chaos.
Yeah. I feel like honestly, he would really vibe with Remy. I think so.
Real. Oh my god, real. Link and Remy in the corner together.
Honestly, I really need Rhett and Link at my dinner. I'm literally looking at the list and like, who can I throw off?
You're throwing
Like,
off someone?
Rhett and Link. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it, but I need Rhett and Link. And you said you didn't have any influencers. Rhett and Link are
I
influencers.
guess they're influencers. I just think of them as like just your average dad on the street.
They are, but they are influencers, and they have hella money. Like, they're so rich.
You know they're so rich. You
Like,
know
they are
they're
rolling.
so rich. Daddy Rhett, if you ever want to take me out
I mean, he
take me
married.
out
They
to
both
dinner,
married.
hey, he's pretty sexually open. If he needs a third,
He is.
I'm down because his wife is hot.
She is. But I think I would really, and I feel like Rhett and Link, like, the reason I also went to my dinner is because they would be like into the food like so much. They'd be like,
Yeah. Oh my god, real.
I'm like, who am I gonna throw off for real? I guess it has to be Halle Bailey. I'm sorry, Halle, but I think you gotta
Ooh.
go. I'm sorry. She probably want to take care of her kid anyways, so it's okay. Rain check.
New headline. Fellow black woman throws another black woman under the bus for two
Was for
white
two
men.
white men. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like an inner child moment.
No, yeah, Rhett and Link. Something about them, like they're just so funny.
They had an impact. Me and my
Yeah,
brother would
they
watch
like.
them. Like, me and my best
Mhm.
friend growing up would watch them. Me and Cameron watch them. It's like their content is almost universal.
Yes, and they're the good part of white men.
They are. The dad jokes, the rock
Yeah.
music, and they're
Yeah.
very like kind. The way that they have merch that says "You know I love lesbians," like, and period.
They're liberal kings.
They are, and their fan base gets mad at them for it, and they said, "I don't care. I am who I
They
am."
literally don't, especially because they're from the South,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they grew up religious, so
Yeah.
people are like shook.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But they're liberal California kings.
I love them.
Me too.
Do we want to get into a nightmare of blunt rotation vibes?
Sure.
Take
I
it
feel like
away.
most of these don't need any explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Colleen Ballinger. Horrible. Would literally like I also had to think about like not just like the person, but like blunt rotation. Like who
Mm-hmm.
would ruin the high?
Exactly.
Colleen would ruin the high for everybody else because she's gonna break out that fucking ukulele and start singing, bro. And I'm gonna be like, you're ruining my shit, bro. Like, get out the car. Get out the car. Like, I can't with her. Like that fucking ukulele.
That's so funny.
2 is Logan and Jake Paul.
Oh, that's valid.
Horrific.
That's valid.
Like, if there's gonna be any white men
Not
that are
them.
gonna ruin it for everybody else,
Ooh.
it's them. Dolores Umbridge, a horrible, cruel woman. Cruel! She is horrible. Literally horrible. Okay, this next person, I'm really sorry that I had to put them in this list because I actually really like this person's music. And I feel like putting them on a list with Dolores Umbridge and Colleen Ballinger just seems wrong. But it's Lil Durk because his eyes are so wide. And I would like imagine you're high and you turn over and you see this. I'd be like, I'm scared.
Mm-mm.
Like the eyes?
Mm-mm. I can't.
Yeah, no.
I'd freak out.
That would literally send me into a spiral.
Yes. No
Yeah.
way. Did I ever tell you this story? I was high in public and there was just there was just a normal man. Okay, just a normal man. But his facial structure, so I'm sorry, something about it was displeasing to me in my state.
Mm.
And I started crying. I told Cameron, I was like, I can't look at him. I can't look at him. And
Yo,
he's
yeah.
like, Hailey, like, it's just a man. Like, he's literally just a man existing. Like, you can't really be doing him like that. Like, please, he's just normal. But it was the hooked nose. It was giving witch. I
Oh.
was so scared.
You know what I would love to see? You high seeing your bestie influencer. whatever he be doing.
What are you talking
You
about?
know who I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
I don't know his name.
You
The
don't.
scary influencer.
Oh, oh my god. If
Like
I
if you saw him high, that'd be so
if
funny.
I ran into my arch nemesis influencer while high, I think I would just blurt out, "I fucking hate you."
Well, I want to see it. I do want to see it.
Oh, I hate him.
Okay, number 5, Edward Cullen. I can't deal with that creep. Imagine he just starts sparkling and shit.
Uh-uh.
Like, bro, you look goofy as fuck.
Grow up.
Get out the hot box. Get out the hot box, please. 6 is JoJo Siwa, because imagine her with that damn ponytail. Like, doing those little karma dances. I can't.
Mhm.
I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. 7 is Rory Gilmore, because that bitch is annoying as shit.
Valid.
Pick me at its finest.
Mhm.
And I can't. Like, and I feel like Rory would also be like, isn't this illegal? Like, girl, please, just puff on it. Just puff. Puff, puff, pass, please. Okay, we have a political figure on both lists. And they're both from the Supreme Court. Clarence Thomas. The worst. The worst. Because how you black but don't even like your own people?
It's sabotage for real.
No, yeah, I can't. Number 9, I have a lot of fictional characters on this list. Scott Pilgrim.
Okay, valid.
I can't. It's giving. I know he technically, I guess, got bitches, but he gives incel to me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I don't like that. My boyfriend actually, he said his favorite movie is Scott Pilgrim, and he made me watch it, and I was like, I don't understand.
Mm-mm.
As a black man, why is this your favorite movie?
Mm-hmm.
I think he just likes the fighting sequences.
Oh,
and that doesn't entertain me. So
that's giving boy.
Yeah, it's giving boy. My boyfriend is very much boy. So.
Ugh.
Number 10 is Hi Sister James.
Yeah,
Because
valid.
imagine you're high and you hear Hi Sister. Like, please. Like, I can't. I'm just imagining Colleen with the ukulele, Dirk with the eyes, Rory being like, is this illegal? JoJo with her fucking ponytail dancing all over the place. Then James Charles being Hi Sister, like, simultaneously would literally send me into an alternate dimension. Like, that, I think after that, I would honestly have to hang myself. Like, I don't think I could go on living anymore. And that's why this is my nightmare blunt rotation.
We had 2 overlapping.
Okay.
Mine, I'll just do the overlapping ones first. JoJo Siwa. Yes.
Okay.
I agree. Overstimulating, scary, hater. And James Charles. Hi, sisters.
Okay. I figured it was either going to be JoJo and James or Colleen.
I didn't really think about her, honestly. She was too irrelevant for me to even have the thought.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fuck her. No. JoJo, James. The next one's niche. The man who broke up with me via Google Doc in college.
Via Google Doc. Honestly, that's kind of funny to me because when I was in sophomore year AP Environmental Science, he literally stuck 3 black girls in the back of the class together. We had assigned seats, and I was like, I don't know why you would do that. It's giving segregation.
Oh no.
But of course, we was yapping. And then he split us up. So we created a Google Doc because we had to put our phones in a shoe holder in the front of the class. So we created a Google Doc, and that's how we would communicate. So it's just reminding me of that. But in college, it's crazy.
People use Google Docs for very creative reasons. Yeah, I went to sleep one night in college just thinking, wow, what a wonderful day I spent with my boyfriend. Hee hee ha ha. Wake up in the morning. Oh, this guy has shared a Google Doc with you. I'm like, a little art project? A little writing? A little journal? What is this going to be? A love letter? I open it up and it's like, I tried to write this as a text, but I couldn't. I just had to write it as a manifesto. And he basically picked apart everything that was wrong with me and laid it out in a 2-page Google document And he didn't want to break up with me. Actually, this did end the relationship because I have a fucking backbone. But at the end, he was like, yeah, so I just feel like if you resolve all these issues, our relationship would be a lot better. And I read that, never spoke to him again. So I know his narrative is he goes around and is like, this girl ghosted me. We were in a relationship and she ghosted me. Da da da. I'm sorry. You can't just pick apart someone's entire life, being, personality, looks, everything in a Google Doc and expect them to like hold a space. So I just know if that man took one hit, he would be the most misogynistic person in the room. He would be picking apart.
Yeah.
He would say, JoJo, sit down, girl. We gotta talk. I couldn't. Honestly, someone needs to bring JoJo down a peg, so maybe he'd be good for that. But also, like, I don't ever want to see him again.
JoJo, have you been seeing though recently JoJo being like, nobody has ever done this before. I'm completely unique and different.
I hate her.
JoJo,
I want her to
be so
burn.
fucking dead ass.
Gay pop has been a thing before JoJo Siwa. Have you ever fucking heard of Elton John? Have you ever heard of like Lady
She
Gaga?
makes me sick.
Fuck her. My next one is Shane Yaw. His legal name, because he
What
is
kind of last name is Yaw?
genuinely
I'm sorry if you have the last name Yaw. I'm not trying to offend you, but Yaw?
he's genuinely terrifying to me. When he reacted to Tati's Bye Sister video and was on that Instagram live, he was manic. He was giving, these are the archives of a serial killer that they like put
Yeah.
in the true crime documentary. Like, he was giving unhinged, please regulate yourself. I'm so terrified of you. Also, the video, the reason why I called him Shane Yaw on my list is because I quote this every single day without fail. The video where he goes, I, Shane Yaw, my real name, am not a fucking pedophile. I literally will just be sitting on the couch, eating dinner, we're watching a movie, and all of a sudden I turn to Cameron. I, Shane Yaw. And he's like, not again. Like, I just can't hold myself back from doing it. It's so funny. It's so funny. Like, if you have to clear up pedophilia allegations, I don't care
Yeah.
if you're a pedophile or not. I don't want to be around you ever. I definitely
No,
don't
yeah,
want to
me
share a block
either.
with you.
The only thing, he would chow down with you.
I don't want all that.
He would.
Not
He
on what
would.
I
I
want to
do
chow
love.
on.
No, but I do. I wasn't even thinking about that. Like on my dream dinner list, like I need someone to be big back with. Like who's gonna be big back with me? That's what I need. Honestly, I feel like Meg. Meg would be big back with me for real. Even though she be eating healthy, she also be big back. Like when she go out or like to travel to places, she's eating.
I love her.
And Cardi. Oh yeah, Cardi big back for real.
They would feast with you.
Not an offense.
No,
That's a
no.
compliment.
Yeah. No, Shane Yaw can go eat his Crunchwrap Supreme high as fuck on his own because I'm not going to be there.
No, yeah. Because I really feel like if I was in like a hot box with him, like I'd be scared he's gonna kill me and I'd be paranoid the whole high.
No, same. I would be paranoid about a lot of these people. James Charles, Shane Yaw, and a few of these. The next one... The next one is not a specific person. It's a specific type of person because I didn't really want to call anyone out like that because I have a few people that I could have said, but I didn't really want to say them because I'm genuinely terrified of them. And that is a blue-haired girl. And if you don't know what I mean by a blue-haired girl, I mean the type of girl who can't let something rest. The type of girl who, it feels like, reads into every single thing any singular human being says and needs to have a witch hunt and prove that every other person except for her is a bad person. Talk about paranoia. If there was a blue-haired girl in the room, I couldn't get within a foot of a blunt. Don't give it to me. Definitely don't give me an edible because I will panic.
Oh.
If I feel like I can't be my true self because you're going to be judging me and picking apart every little fucking piece of my personality, get fucked. Go back to Google Gossip because I don't want your blue-haired energy around me.
Yeah.
And I know that just made me sound like a Republican, but I don't care. Like, I don't
You
want
know
it.
what? I will say, I don't think it made you sound like a Republican, but I feel like sometimes the things I be saying, I'm like, I feel like people would think differently about me, but I love people.
Mhm. No,
But
when you were at my house and we had our private conversation, that's where I don't want the blue girl in the room.
yeah, no.
Mm-mm. You need a friend that you can say things in private and be the way that you are and say what you feel. And the blue hair girls, they don't let you rest. Everything has an answer.
And I feel like also the blue hair girls like want you to be so politically correct. And like my family is the least politically correct people in the entire world. So like what be coming out my mouth is just not always that, you
Mhm.
know? And you know what? At least I'm aware.
Right.
That I think that's where my family has no awareness, except my
Oh.
brother-in-law. He's hilarious. Like my dad, he be saying stuff and I'm like, "Dad, like be so for real." But me, I'd be like, "Okay, I know what I said was wrong, but I stand on it."
I don't know. Like, I won't put up with a slur or like something crazy and
No.
hateful, but like anytime we're
No.
driving on the road and there's a little kid, my brother's like grabbing for the wheel, like 50 points, you got to get him. Like, that's funny as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
I did not mean a slur. Let me be
I
clear
did
about
not
that. I
mean
didn't mean a slur or being derogatory. I didn't mean any of
yeah.
that. But like I feel like a blue-haired girl, she would just be like anything you said that was not like completely correct, she would just be like attack.
Yeah. And I can't be dealing with that when I'm high and when I'm not. My next one
No,
is
yeah.
my freshman year of high school English teacher. Fuck her. I fucking hate her. She got fired for sleeping with a student at my school and selling e-cigs out her classroom. She was doing the youth bad. And she was one of those girls that would only talk to like the attractive teenage boys. Like she would I am a genius. Okay, not to be like that, but I was always so good at school. I literally got straight A's. I have papers that I've written published. And she gave me 75 on an essay because it was her personal opinion.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, well, fuck you. I
Mm-mm.
think you're just mad because I'm skinny and you're not. Also, because I have a cute little high school boyfriend who's on the football team, and you're there looking at the boys in the hallway being like, hey, Ryan, you're gonna be my class leader, you're gonna get an office pass. Why are you 30 and talking to him? Fuck her.
That's a little weird.
I hate her. My next one, oh, James Charles, I already did that. Ben Shapiro.
Okay, honestly, I was looking up like for inspiration. I was looking at other people's nightmare blunt rotations, and a lot of people had Ben Shapiro on the list.
I'm
But like
not
I feel like I don't know, and
surprised.
me either, but I feel like I don't consume enough about Ben Shapiro to like put him on my list. Like I just know people don't like him and I keep him at a distance.
Ben is
You know?
thrust upon me by my algorithm because there's like a whole thing where people like to say that he's like closeted and like in denial, and the self-hatred is what makes him the way that he is. And it's so funny. Like, I'm sorry. Miss Ben has a lip injections bigger than mine. Miss Ben
Not
self tans.
injections.
Miss Ben is girly pop. And I can deal with people who are in denial. Not in a bad way. Like if you're deep in the closet for your own safety, sure, fine. But you don't have to be hateful. And it's a projection for me, Miss Ben. So fuck him. The next one, this is another one that's an archetype because I didn't really want to name somebody by name, but I had to put this on here. A moderator from an extreme horror subreddit.
Yeah.
I couldn't be in the room. I would actually lose my marbles. I would go pearl mode.
Yeah.
I would be Maxine in the streets with a knife. Like, you don't want to be caught with me.
Mm-mm.
And there's another archetype actually. A life
You have a
coach.
lot of
Because I
archetypes.
don't like large groups of people. And this is where the blue haired
Yeah, me
girls would take an
either.
issue. But there are just large groups of people that I don't resonate with. There are just certain types of people that I'm like, literally get away from me. I'm not even going to give you the chance. I'm not even going to get to know you because I know that I'm not going to like you. And one of those
Yeah.
types of people is a life coach who advertises trauma healing. And this is more common than you might think. People
I'm not
are
surprised.
unlicensed. They do not have a license to do anything trauma informed, to be a therapist, to be a counselor, to do healing of trauma in any way, shape, or form. They're a literal life coach. They could set up a table. This is what my supervisor says. They could set up a table on the street with a little plaque on it that says, I'm a life coach and I do life coaching. That's all you need to be a life coach. And they say that they heal trauma and people trust them. People who don't know about titles put their full trust and their full trauma in these people's hands and they get re-traumatized. Fuck them. I don't want to be around them. It would be a nightmare scenario. I think this whole blunt rotation is just a recipe for me to commit a mass murder.
Yeah.
My last person is Christian influencer Sadie Robertson from Duck Dynasty.
I don't know Sadie.
Let me walk you through it.
But I'm sure.
You ever watch Duck Dynasty?
No, I heard about it. I saw the commercials, but it never appealed to me.
Here's the thing. It was never appealing to me either. It's kind of like Honey Boo Boo. You know, it's like a train wreck you can't look away from kind of deal.
Yeah.
TLC vibes. And it was about this family that would make they made like duck calls and like hunting gear. So they're like very southern, whatever. Some of the one-liners were actually hilarious and we would quote them in my family all the time. And I still quote one of them to this day. Like if something is like heating up or something like gets good, I'll be like, now we're cooking with peanut oil. Like I think that's so funny. Like now we're cooking with peanut oil. Like yeah, that was real. So it was like campy, funny. But the like little daughter from the show, Sadie, was very much like Christian Girl Autumn vibes. She got a platform from being on this dumb little stupid little dumb reality show. You didn't have a platform, queen. You were just there. You were like the cutie girl on the TLC show. Well, now she has millions of followers and she loves to tout her little Christian girl shit. It is the most toxic evangelical bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life. She is so homophobic. She is so trad wife misogynistic queen. I can't. So basically I'm getting all these people together in a room so I can kill them.
Light it on fire.
Yeah. Oops. The hand slipped with the lighter. Y'all must burn.
You know what I was thinking about? I'm surprised you didn't have any drag queens on your dream dinner list.
I actually thought about Jinx Monsoon and Katya and Plain Jane, and I couldn't decide. So I feel like I would have to do a separate drag queen dinner because I couldn't pick. I still to this day, like I cannot pick a favorite drag queen. Like I can't. I physically can't do it. So I couldn't single one.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my rotation.
Well, both of ours are
abysmal.
Imagine them combined.
No. Colleen and Shane and James.
And JoJo.
Oh. And the blue-haired girl.
And Logan and Jake Paul.
All these problematic people in the room. The blue-haired girl would
and Clarence Thomas.
The blue-haired girl would be collapsed in the corner convulsing. Like she would be like,
she would be so upset.
Like if you gave a Victorian child a gusher, like that would be the blue-haired girl in the room.
A Victorian kid a gusher is so crazy.
That's what it would be like. She just couldn't handle it. She would just be like, oh, like she would be on another planet.
Not a seizure.
She would seize. And maybe she should. Also, James would be in there, and I know my English teacher would be like, how you get talking to them young boys?
Interesting you put people that you have personal beef with. I didn't even think of that.
I had to address it. I sent this prompt in my group chat, and some of the highlights were so funny. Like, I have to find Cameron's. Maybe I should just expose him.
Cameron is so funny.
He is kind of funny.
The screenshot where it said LGT and he said by erasure, that killed me.
Y'all have to see that on my Instagram if you don't know what Daijah's talking about. He sent me a picture of a license plate while he was driving to work in the morning. It said like LGT 1677 or something, and he just captioned it by erasure. He's so real.
That was so funny.
He knows my humor. he said, well, here's my dream dinner. It's just me, myself, a dab pen, and my endless munchies.
That's
He
real.
doesn't want anybody there. But I have to find, oh, here's his nightmare blunt rotation: Taylor Swift, Abby Lee Miller, Jackie Kennedy and her tin snippers, Stephen Hawking, James Charles, Honey Boo Boo, Dave Ramsey. Ramsey? I don't know who that is. A K-pop stan, and Michelle Obama only because she ruined my school lunch.
You know, K-pop stan is real. Honestly, any really big stan would be a nightmare for me. Like anybody who like really is like, because I feel like you could be a fan of something, but you know people where it's like their whole personality and their whole room is decorated for that thing and their whole wardrobe is like shirts of that thing.
Daijah, I'm gonna need us to make this a TikTok sound and then show pictures of my room decorated all Alex Turner and Lana Del Rey and my whole wardrobe
No,
being Arctic
Haley, it's
Monkeys.
different. I'm talking about they have posters that they kiss every night.
Me.
I mean, I feel like you would do that.
I do, Daijah. Do you want to see my AO3
No,
saves? Like, you don't want to see it.
no, Haley, I feel like it's different.
Deja, I
Like
have
it's their whole
11 tattoos. I
personality.
have 11 tattoos for the Arctic Monkeys.
No, but that's music. I'm saying, I mean, I guess K-pop stands, but I'm giving different. This is different
What type of
vibes to me.
stan?
Have you not seen a K-pop stand?
I mean, Aspen is the only K-pop girly I know.
She likes K-pop, but she's not a stan.
Scary.
They're just they're just scary, and like you know what it is to me. It also I feel like a lot of them are white, and it weirds me out.
Okay, it's giving the white guy who only dates Asian women and like weirdly sexualizes them.
Yeah, and that's also like a problem in the black community. Like a lot of like black people really like Asian
Mhm.
culture, but like appropriating. But like Asian
Okay,
people also like from like Asian countries, like it's a known thing that they also don't like black people. So I would never want to
oh,
go to Asia.
I don't think you
Yeah,
should.
did you not know
That'd be
that?
danger. I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, like they don't like black people very much.
That's
I'm not saying
scary.
all of them,
Yeah, yeah.
but a lot of them. That's why I'm like, and also the time jump to Asia. I'm not flying there.
I'm going to Japan before I die. But my thing is like everyone loves Asian culture. Like objectively, it's cool and it's good. Can we just be real about it? Y'all don't have to
It is
be
cool and it's
fetishizing
good.
and y'all don't have to be appropriating, but it's cool. Like I think everyone on earth, there's not anyone who's like, "Oh, I don't like Asian food. Oh, I don't like Asian fashion. I don't like Asian music." Like, yes you do, girl, don't lie.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a line between
But
appreciating and
some of the stands, Haley, I can't with the stands.
yeah. Well, let us know your dream dinner party and your nightmare blunt rotation because this was, I think, my
Please.
favorite episode we've ever done.
This was fun.
So much fun. Not the most meaningful of conversations. If you want to listen to an episode like that, we got a ton of those, but a whole lot of fun and gabs. So thanks for hanging out with us. Please tune in next week to our final episode of season 1. And thanks for the gab.
Don't be drab.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.